sorts of things that look bad. There might be all sorts of things that look ugly. But not only did Jesus start your story, Jesus is going to finish your story. You might be in a rough patch. You might have all kinds of death and loss and pain and divorce and grief going on in your life, but you don't have to stay there. He's going to finish your story, church. But this is where you come into play. This is where you come into play. You have this thing called a free will, and God can't make you do certain things. And the risk that we run is in the middle of some of this. Like I said, sometimes our heart changes. Sometimes we get bitter. Sometimes we get angry. Sometimes we find ourselves stuck. And I encounter people all the time who are hanging on to this stuff. And they're stuck, and you pray for them, and you try to counsel them, and they're just hanging on. They won't let go of this garbage. God's trying to do something new in their life. God's trying to bless them. He's trying to get them past these situations, but they're hanging on. God, you said this, but this is happening. Why am I dealing with grief and loss and death and pain and heartache? God can't move on your behalf. God can't touch you until some of you are ready to let go of some of this stuff. The problem happens is that you give God the pen at certain points in your life. God, write me a story. It better be good. But when all of a sudden things start going a little bad, man, that independence takes back over. God, give me that pen back. You said this was going to happen, and look at this. I ain't trusting you with this pen. Like I said, we get so stuck. We're holding on to unforgiveness, and we're holding on to hurts and pains and grief and loss. And the enemy wants to destroy your life. But this morning, God wants to do something incredible for some of you. There's a punctuation in the English language that doesn't get used very often anymore because of text messages. Some of you text me and there's like 4 pages of things with no punctuation or capital letters, and I have no idea what you're trying to say. It takes me 20 minutes to decipher your message. Some of us this morning in a desperate kind of way, we've been holding on to this stuff. It's been eating at us. It's been robbing us of life and joy and peace. God has something so much more for you. But this morning, some of us need to make a new commitment. God, I've given you this baby at one point or another, but God, I need to give it to you again, because God wants to use this incredible punctuation in your life. Some parts in your stories, you're so stuck right here that you can't see what God wants to do. And this punctuation ends a sentence. And this punctuation ends a part of the story. And if you'll give God the pen this morning, He wants to step in your life. And all this death and all this grief and this pain and this sorrow and this divorce and whatever you're facing this morning, no matter what's going on in your life, give God the pen, because He wants to put a big, massive period at the end of this sentence. He's the author and He's the finisher of your faith. You've been saying, God, why is this happening? And you're hanging on to it. And God's saying, for goodness sake, man, let go of that page, because your story isn't over. Let go and let me turn the page in your life. Your story's not over. I got more to write, baby.